Now it's just a bit of a detour on my South Coast adventures, but I wanted to bring you to a place that's been really special to me for many years, down here on the south coast of New South Wales. And it's special for one really particular reason. Look at these flowers. Hello, hello. Now for many people walking down here, they won't even know what they're looking at. But these are Australian native orchids. Known by a few scientific names, we used to call them bridal veil orchids or pencil orchids. They're just happily coexisting here on the side of the tree. Now, orchids are one of the most widespread flower species and of course one of the most popular in the world. And you're probably used to the big sort of flashy ones that you see in bouquets and corsages, things like that. But Australian orchids are different. A lot of them are really built tough for the environment. Now for most of the year you wouldn't even know these plants were here unless you're a bit of an orchid tragic like me and you come hunting for these spots. But then for just a couple of weeks of the year, it's pretty obvious that they're here. They just burst into flower. When you get the sun shining through them, it's just a magical place. And when you're here on a warm, sunny day, the smell in the air is thick, like honey. Most of the motorists driving past have no idea this place is here. And that's kind of fortunate in a way because these are protected plants. You are not allowed to remove them from the trees, whether the trees are living, whether the trees are dead, it doesn't matter. Have a look at this tree. Have a look at this. This is a cracker. Now these are plants that just love humidity. In fact, they won't grow anywhere where it's too dry. They have evolved to grow on this particular sort of tree. Any nutrients they get is whatever comes down in the rain and down the bark from the tree. You might well say, well, why do these plants matter? You know, they're pretty small, they're pretty insignificant in the grand scheme of things in this landscape, but they're important reminders of how Australia used to look. These are one of the first plants that will get affected by development, by pollution, by poaching, by theft from the forests. They're little plants. The flowers are pretty, they smell nice, and they've suffered a lot over the years. So when you do find places like this, you got to remember that these are special, that these are a reminder of what this place used to be like, of what Australia used to be like before we started making a mess of it all. Have a look at the flowers. I mean, they're magic. So maybe learn a bit more about these plants. Learn a bit more about Australia's native orchids. We've got a lot of native orchid species out there. And if you can find spots like this, you'll be well rewarded. Even if it's only for a couple of weeks a year. But still, it's something, isn't it?